Thanks for coming in today. I hope we have a very interesting discussion during the next hour on BBC Radio Sheffield. I'd like to start out by asking each of you to tell me in 30 seconds why you are the best person for the job. And it'll go, I'll tell you your name in case you don't know it, and I'll tell you the party, and then the clock's ticking. 30 seconds each if you would. Thank you very much indeed. And the final candidate here in front of us for UKIP, Stephen Winstone.
Hi. Immigration is good for this country. Without immigration, our NHS would collapse. Prejudice is to prejudge somebody or something without knowing the full facts. Bigotry is to have an immovable opinion about those things. I'm asking everybody to have an open mind. Listen to what I've got to say in this debate today and decide if I'm the right guy for the job.
Thank you very much indeed. We're going to give listeners a chance to find out sort of what makes you tick by answering this question, if you do, with the kindness of answering the question, what first inspired you to go into politics? For UKIP, Stephen Winstone.
It was actually my dad. My dad sadly passed away 2 or 3 years ago. Now, my dad was born in India. I'm from a mixed race background, a mixed... my dad was very dark from India. So I grew up in an immigrant family, and I've been in Sheffield in business all my working life, and I've been very lucky. The city's been great to me. I've always been in the steel industry, employing lots of people and creating lots of jobs. And he said, Steve, do something that you believe in. Do something to make a difference. You know, you've achieved what you need to achieve. You've got everything you really need. What do you believe in? And I believe in absolute equality and democracy. I'm not going to hide in the Labour Party. I'm not going to hide in the Tories. I'm going to stand up and do the right thing. And for that reason, I chose UKIP. I could have very easily chosen one of the other parties for an easy ride. I chose not to. I stand up, get all the aggro and all the grief, but I really do believe in the equality, the absolute equality that UKIP, and only UKIP, brings. I mean, my father couldn't come to this country very easily under current rules. He's not European. Is that fair?
Stephen, thank you. I'd like you to tell me in one word: leave, remain, undecided. Stephen Winstone for UKIP.
Leave.
What would you do to help people in your constituency who've not got a job? The statistics are pretty hairy for your constituency. In April 2016, it was the 23rd highest claimant rate of all constituencies in the country. 5.8% of the people who could be working are claiming benefits. What would you do about work and the economy? Stephen Winstone, the UKIP representative.
Well, first of all, you have to look at the causes of unemployment. And one of the main causes of unemployment is lack of training and lack of university education. Now, my party believes in free university education for people studying science, technology, engineering, maths and medicine. Now, what that means is, for example, a doctor who wants to study for 6 years racks up a whole chunk of debt, meaning that people are kind of put off training to get the best training, to get the best first chance in life. That's the first thing. Secondly, I would bring back grammar schools, because again, as I said, I'm for absolute equality. And why have we got this postcode lottery that means that people that live in an area where there isn't a good school don't get the same chances as people who've got richer parents that either send their kids to private school or one of the better schools in one of the better...
Can I ask a question? Would you like to kind of raise a hand on this one? Who thinks companies should be allowed to employ people on 0 hours contracts? Yes, give me back Elmo. This was the only hand that went up there, so I'll take it the rest of you disbelieve in that. Let me ask you this question in the same way. Do you believe the government is committed to the idea of a northern powerhouse? Will you raise your hands? No. Stephen Winstone, you've got your hand up for UKIP.
Yeah, I mean, the Conservative government really don't concentrate supporting areas where they don't think they're going to appeal to their own voters. They don't think they've got any chance in any northern cities such as, you know, Rotherham or Sheffield or any around. They think they've got no chance, so they've given up. So why appeal to those voters? They're not going to do it. So the northern powerhouse, the steel industry, so on and so forth, they don't show any support for whatsoever. But the truth is, with the steel industry, their position is they can't support it. As long as we're members of the EU, we're not allowed to help the steelworks with state aid. These are the facts. Everybody at home, look it up. State aid rules for aiding the steelworks. We are not allowed to do it. We can fiddle around with a bit of training and environmental causes, yes, within EU rules. But no, we're not allowed. We'll get prosecuted like Ilva did in Italy.
Here until 12, the candidates, or all but one of them, who want to be elected the next MP for Brightside and Hillsborough in Sheffield. It's the by-election in 2 weeks' time. It's on the same day as the local council and the police and crime commissioner. elections. It's going to be quite a day. We're now going to have a go at the kind of doorstep challenge. I think we only do it on BBC Radio Sheffield, and you probably realise why when we've done it today. But the idea is that the candidates knock at my door when they hear that sound, and I play the part of somebody whose night has been interrupted by somebody wanting my vote. And we learn a few things about the candidates in the process. Yes?
Evening, sir. I'm from the party that's going to tell you how it is, tell you the truth.
Say that again.
I'm from the party that's going to say how it is, tell you the truth.
Well, I'm up for the truth.
Yeah, let's do this.
Well, let's have some truths then.
Well, look, I'm from the party that wants to get us out of the European Union. It's the only way that we can save the steel industry. The only way. Look at your Wikipedia later. Look at state aid.
Are you the ones that don't like foreigners very much?
Well, actually, we are the party that thinks that all foreigners should have equal opportunities, unlike the discriminatory other parties that think that only Europeans should come into this country without restriction. We say that we need Indian doctors, we need Pakistani technicians, we need Australian.
Yeah, it's funny you should knock at my house. I don't know whether you realise when you knock, but I've got a Spanish partner.
Yes.
Well, what do you feel about that?
I think that's absolutely wonderful.
Well, are you eager that Spaniards live with me? Is your party in favour of that?
Absolutely in favour that everybody should have an equal opportunity to live in this country. It shouldn't just be that people have an unfair advantage. Of course, if you get married to or you're with somebody that's from Spain or equally from India, it shouldn't be that you're not allowed to have an Indian partner, because you'd have to go through certain visa restrictions and have all kinds of personal details thrust across you. Do you think it'd be fair? Is it that you can only have a Spanish partner? Wouldn't you prefer to have an equal opportunity of having a partner everywhere else? I mean, I see all the other parties think that you should only have a
So are UKIP
partner.
offering kind of share it around a bit more?
I think that's one way of putting it. We think that it's a libertarian party. We think that everybody should have equal opportunities. We don't think that... so
I could have a Spanish wife and someone from somewhere else, and UKIP would approve of that? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, that's against the law of the land. That's called...
Thank you. Well, thanks ever so much for calling. It's lovely. Listen, we're going to have a referendum about the EU.
Yeah.
Why do I need to bother with you as my MP? I mean, we'll come to a referendum when we come to it.
Yeah, well, look, I'm going to be your member of Parliament for this area. I'm going to be your voice of steel. I know this.
Along with the other one that's in Parliament.
Well, no, I don't know anybody else in Parliament. Obviously, my business was founded in Brightside. I've been in the steel industry all my life. The reason I'm standing this time is because I want to actually be a professional MP that knows the industry and can talk to the people at Forge Masters, can help them with the carbon capture plants, can help with the real issues.
Which of the UKIP are you on? Are you a Nigel man or what? Are you Nigel?
I think that the UKIP is a great party.
Yeah, what about Nigel? Do you like him? Not everybody does.
He's a great guy. He's a fantastic orator.
Is he a good leader?
He's a good leader.
A bit quarrelsome, is he?
I think we all
likes his beer a bit, does he?
I think we all like our beer from time to time.
I'm sorry, I've got to go and open up some beer myself, but thanks ever
so much.
Good man,
I'll send him round for
will you?
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. I'd like to move through one or two other issues that needed to be talked about, I think, need to go fairly quickly, some of these. The junior doctors are going on strike again next Tuesday because of their ongoing dispute with the government. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? Stephen Winstone, you're in favour of the doctors?
Totally, and there's only one way to fix this. We can skirt around the edges. We need more junior doctors. You can only do that with free university education for doctors. That's our policy. You get more junior doctors.
Yes, thank you. Let me ask another question. It's obviously coming up, and it's come up already to an extent in this discussion. It's coming up on the doorsteps, is my guess. Is immigration good or bad? Should we start with Stephen Winstone?
Immigration is great for this country. Without immigration, we wouldn't have as many doctors or nurses in this country. And, we do need immigration, but it needs to be equal opportunities. We need to screen out any people that have got a past criminal record. We need to have it...
People might be surprised by your answer there. I think there's an assumption that UKIP are against the European Union and are also, but not saying it quite so loudly, against immigration.
Totally for immigration.
Is it? OK. Thank you. It's BBC Radio Sheffield. With me, the candidates, almost all of the candidates who want to be elected next MP for Brightside and Hillsborough in Sheffield, the by-elections in 2 weeks' time, on the same day as the local council and the police and crime commissioner elections, but you have to be registered for Brightside and Hillsborough to vote in this particular one. Thank you for coming in. It's been very interesting and I think very revealing, even in the short time we've had the pleasure of being with each other. I'd like to try one more experiment, if I may. I'd like to ask you who you'd vote for if you weren't voting for yourself in this by-election. You courageously grabbed the microphone there, Stephen Winstone. Would you tell us who the UKIP candidate would vote for if he wasn't voting for himself?
I'd vote for Bobby Smith on the
Why?
basis that I believe in his equal opportunities for fathers policy. And that's also a women's issue. There seems to be this thing at the moment where when a family sadly splits up, the mother of the family often ends up with rights and responsibilities of the child. I think it should be equal opportunity, and I therefore...
Is that kind of UKIP policy, or are you making up?
Yeah, no, it's not. If you look
down
at the
here?
manifesto, we support the fathers' rights policy of Bobby's party. I couldn't vote for the others because they tell lies about the steel industry.
Thank you.
Absolute lies.
Thank you very much for that answer. Thank you very much indeed. I hope it's been a good example of the democratic process on BBC Radio Sheffield. I wish you all the best in your canvassing, and I hope we will be with you with the result in a fortnight's time. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. It's BBC Radio Sheffield in the Open Centre.